Hey everyone. So on the last video, we set the frame of this checkup with the career doctor, where we're going to go look at the indicators that really make a difference in your career so we can understand where you are and what the best next steps are for you. So those indicators are career fulfillment, financial success, and internal alignment. Today, we're going to be talking about career fulfillment. And for every one of these indicators, we're going to have 5 buckets. Bucket number 1 is going to be the situation that needs the most work. And bucket number 5 is going to be the one where everything's running on all cylinders, everything's great. And we're going to go through each of those buckets, each of these indicators, because these numbers are what we're going to use in order to put together a plan for you in the final video. So today we're talking about career fulfillment. Career fulfillment is about how happy you are with the work that you do. It's about whether or not it aligns with your values, whether or not it aligns with your natural way of operating. It's about the environment that you're in. It's about your colleagues and the people who you interact with, right? All of these kinds of things that affect this kind of day-to-day fit of your job with who you are. So bucket number 1, the bucket that needs the most work, is what we're going to call a toxic job. So a toxic job is something that's negatively affecting things like your health, your mental health, your relationships with other people. If you're in a situation where you're so stressed out that you come home and you scream at your spouse, that's a toxic job. If you're in a situation where you know that you're 30, 40 pounds heavier than you need to be because you're eating sugar to cope with the stress from your job, that's a toxic job, right? This is a situation that you want to get out of as soon as possible, and we'll talk about that in one of the later videos. The next category, so bucket number 2 for career fulfillment, is an unfulfilling job. This is where most people are, right? So they go in, they don't really like the job, they don't want to be there, they'd rather be doing something else, but it pays the bills, it's not that bad, it doesn't cause them a tremendous amount of pain. So it's just kind of this transactional, oh, well, I guess I got to show up today so that I can get my paycheck kind of thing, right? Not particularly fulfilling, not enjoyable, but it's what most people do. It's how most people live. Bucket number 3 is a bridge job. So a bridge job is something that you actually enjoy. You may be working on something cool. You may be working with people who you like. It's something where you actually look forward to going into work most of the time. But the thing about a bridge job is you know that it's not something that you can do until retirement, right? So maybe you know that, hey, listen, this works for me now, but I want to have kids and this isn't going to be sustainable at that point in time. Or, hey, this is a cool project now, but I know I'm probably going to get bored if I have to keep doing the same thing for 5, 8, 10 years. So it's something that's great in the moment, but isn't a long-term solution. Then we have bucket number 4. So bucket number 4, we're going to call a calling. So this is something that you could happily do until retirement. Very few people have this. Most people don't have something where like, you know what, this is good. I could be doing this until it's ready for me to stop working entirely. And bucket number 5, we're going to call destiny. So this is the kind of work where you don't even want to retire. So for example, I love coaching. I love teaching. I would do it if I wasn't paid for it at all. And so I see no reason to ever retire from it. It's something that I enjoy. I'm getting paid to play, as Alan Watts would say, right? That's destiny, right? And that's the top bucket. Now, for most people, I would say if you can get to either bucket 4 or 5, either a calling or destiny, you are great, right? You are way ahead of the pack. And that's where you ultimately want to be. We'll be talking about what to do with the various combinations of these different metrics again in that last video where we're tying it all together. But for now, next video, we're going to move on to looking at financial success.